Hello everyone, Adriana here and welcome to Chico Catz, your go-to spot for everything sports at Chico State. From the field to the court and everywhere in between, I'll be breaking down the highlights, the hustle, and the heart of our Chico athletes. Welcome. All right, so let's start off with a quick look at what's been happening across Chico State sports. Well, we've got soccer, volleyball, cross country, and golf so far, and it's been an exciting season so far for all of these athletes. To start off, I'm going to be going over some standout moments, and that includes the women's volleyball team sweeping the floor with Cal Poly humbled over at Lumberjack Arena on October 16th with a score of 3-0. Number 10 being Cash Olswang, being the game's leader with 8 kills and 4 aces. That's really impressive. They continued the strong momentum just 2 days later with their match against Stanislaus State, ending with a score of 3-1. The match game leader was number 16, Gwyneth Wenzel, with 17 kills and 1 ace. More recently, the Wildcats and the cross-country team were getting ready to host conference at home in 12 years. The pressure was intense. They were excited to continue their long streak, and they did just that, finishing with the score of 25, finishing ahead of their biggest rival, Stanislaus State. That name is going to be coming up a lot today. A notable runner is Irish Molina, pushing to the front of the pack and leading the entire race with the determination to capture her first individual title. And in the end, she got just what she wanted. She received Runner of the Year. So congrats to Molina and all the runners, all the players. There's a lot to celebrate this season. Right now, everyone is hyped, especially with the reputations we've built here at Chico State. It's not just about the wins, it's about the spirit and consistency our athletes bring every game. Apart from the two teams I talked about, so cross country and volleyball, people can't seem to stop talking about soccer. Oh my goodness, maybe it's because the World Cup is coming up. Everybody's just so excited. But anyways, both men and women's soccer have come onto the field with something to prove, and they've been doing really well. The women's soccer team jumped to the top of the CCAA on Thursday after winning their match in Turlock against, take a guess, Stanislaus State, ending the match with a score of 2-1. The leader of the game is number 12, Taylor McMahon, with 4 shots, 2 shots on goal, and 1 goal and 1 assist. Looking over to the men's team, they sadly dropped their Sunday match against UC Merced, with player Jake Perkins from Merced scoring their winning goals just seconds before the game was over. I think it was about 40 to 30 seconds, but that a crazy goal to witness. This team has changed a lot over the past 3 years since I've been here. They've definitely grown and changed since my freshman year up until my 3rd year right now. So one of the astounding goalies that I remember from 2 years ago, even last year, was MVP Emmanuel Padilla. He transferred to Chico State his junior year and was starting in all matches. He was a very important player. Another player was midfielder Josh Mall. He always made sure his presence was known on the field. Every time I would see him, I'd be like, oh, there goes number 12, Josh Mall. He was everywhere. But let's talk about some of the key players of this current ever-changing team that are driving all this momentum into every game. One name that has been standing out and making waves is freshman Cooper Nong, number 23, playing as a forward, which is a position with a lot of pressure. I'll say that. No goals yet for this player. However, wow, can he run? He is, again, just like Joe Schmall, everywhere. He's a very strong and fast player with a really good kick. And then there's number 3, Sam Otto, a returning standout who's come back even stronger, starting out in more games and participating in more games as well. He's been a strong player, and the coaches are putting him to play more, which is great for the team. Compared to last season, you can really see how this team has grown, whether it's in chemistry, strategy, or just sheer determination. The returners have to continue to prove themselves, whereas the rookies have some big shoes to fill. Even after losing someone like Silas Sells, who was again a valuable player to the team, they have managed to keep up through tough competitors and changes in group dynamics, which is great. There's a lot to look forward to this season, and our athletes are just getting started. Some matches that are coming up, we've got volleyball against UC Merced this Thursday, the 30th. We have both men's and women's soccer against Monterey Bay this Friday, the 31st, which is Halloween. You know how I mentioned Silas Sells, a player that to play here last year in his freshman year? Yeah, he transferred to Monterey Bay, and now the men's soccer team is gonna play Monterey on Halloween, not Thursday, on Halloween. So they're gonna go against one of their old teammates, one of their old players. That is really spooky. And then on the first, we've got again volleyball with going against Dominguez Hill. So that all of these matches are going to be really interesting. So let me ask you, what do you think? What are you looking forward to most this season? Who's your pick to lead Chico to victory? I'd love to hear your predictions and your hopes for our teams this year. But until next time, keep roaring, Wildcats. Adriana over and